Well, hey now. Welcome to Fitz Electric Bar. This is my follow-up to my top 10 plus one records that I listen to most often. And these are ones that I've been listening to probably over the last 2 to 3 years. So these don't have maybe a long track record in terms of records that I've been listening to for years and years and years, and my go-to records is a word, but these are ones that are vying for that top tier. And if it continues, we'll, keep playing these for year after year. These will be in my top tier for sure. So somewhat random, but this was something that I used to go to a record store in Toronto on College Street called Soundscapes, one of my favorite records. The ability for them to pack into a very small retail footprint a great selection of multiple different genres, from roots to indie rock to ambient, it's jazz, the whole bit. Anyways, this is a Wing Victory for the Sullen, which is such a great title. Seems sort of a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but this record is maybe it's just a self-titled record. Anyways, this is a beautiful ambient record, beautiful stuff to listen to on the weekends. And this one I've been listening to consistently for years and years now, and really enjoying it the last few years. This was a late purchase for me. I've been a Kate Bush fan all of my life. And I had Ariel on CD and only recently got that on vinyl. But last winter, I believe, or maybe 2 winters ago, I got this record on vinyl. She always does a really nice package. There's a really nice insert to this as well. Couple records, very well produced, well mixed, excellent, production, which you'd expect from Kate Bush. But there's a charm, and I'm suddenly realizing that maybe the records I keep going back to over and over again, many of them could be described as really warm, beautiful tone and atmospheric, almost, cinematic in a sense. I know that Mazzy used that word once or twice, and I totally understand that. It's like a soundtrack to your life, not just a movie. But Kate Bush, 50 Words for Snow, love this record. Another one that may not be in the top of her canon, but is a record that I go back to over and over again, and just love listening to it from beginning to end. This is, I've mentioned this a few times, but I think he's an acolyte of John Prines, or was, from Kentucky, I believe. And this particular record's called Between the Country, Ian No. And this is just some fabulous singer-songwriter stuff with a country tinge, but really great songs. I really love his voice as well, and so this is a record that it's definitely a go-to when I'm sitting there going, well, what am I in the mood for? And I'll just go and reach for this one. And the last two, one of them is my infatuation with Bert Jensch has been going on for the last few years. This is a compilation from Earth Records. And this is a late career one of his. There's 4 records in here. 3 of them were commercially released, and the 4th one is demos and stuff like that. But Crimson Moon, this is, it's in the vein of Fairport Convention, I guess, and some of Richard Thompson's more acoustic stuff, not the electric stuff. But this Crimson Moon record, the whole set of this is fabulous. It's called On the Edge of a Dream. But this record that came out in 2000, kind of late career, Bert Jensch, is great. And the title track, Crimson Moon, there's just a really nice finger-picking song, or the way it's played. And then right at the end, there's this phone call that comes through, and you just hear this kind of electronic tone that is obviously a phone ringing, but it's not grating. And he clearly has laid down a beautiful track. This must have been recorded in his home. And this intrusion comes in, and it's a charming something. Somehow, to me, it's very charming. I listen for that at the end of that song, Crimson Moon, and it always makes me smile. And they probably thought, you know what? Either they were lazy, or maybe they thought, you know what? That doesn't detract from the song. And finally, another one that I keep coming back to You know, that first song, The Saint of Lost Causes, which is the title track of this album, is a gorgeous, warm, beautiful tone. Subject matter is really, really good. It's, you know, sad, and it's, the whole thing is further reinforced by the sad passing of Justin Townes Earle. But I think this is a really good record. I really enjoy this one, and one that I just keep coming back to. It seems to be one of my go-to records over the last couple of years since it came out, and I could see it continuing to do so into the future. So just a little brief hit of what I would say is my more recent frequent go-to albums. Maybe they haven't cracked my top 10, but they are certainly listened to an awful lot and enjoyed repeated listenings. So, Carpe Diem, have a great day.